Hey folks, Guns Gear on Target training out here in Oregon. Before we get started, if you enjoy our content, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. All of that helps fuel the algorithm, and we are so darn close to 100,000 subscribers that I need your help. So if you enjoy the content, share it with friends and family, invite them to subscribe. Today, I wanted to give you an update on the Glock 45. So I purchased this pistol a year ago or so, somewhere about then. And since that time, been shooting it a fair amount. So we've got about 3,000 plus rounds through it at this point. We have modified the pistol. So for those of you who are interested, done a couple of things. One, we've replaced the sights. Although this is an MOS version, I really like having range guns with just iron sights. That's me. I also have some with red dots or green dots, but for this pistol, I'm just running the sights that I like, which is a tritium insert on the front, so it's very visible. It's green. And then on the rear, we have two small tritium inserts, but the primary focal point, of course, for me, is that front sight. The other addition, of course, is we swapped out barrels, and this is the Radian arms RamJet plus Afterburner. So the Afterburner part here, right, is a compensator. And I have to say, folks, that this is probably one of the flattest shooting polymer frame guns that I own. I own others that have compensators on it, but for some reason, this barrel combination with the compensator works phenomenally well. The other thing we've done is we have done some trigger modifications. We have the Glock performance trigger in this pistol. This is pretty much a dedicated range gun, so this is range competition. If I were, had some reason to have a pistol strapped to my hip with my long gun, this would definitely be one of my primary choices. I don't have a particularly fancy light on here. This is an Orlight light, and it works fine. Eventually, we will upgrade. But that's the pistol. Now, as a comparison, this is a Gen 2 G17. Old school. And this is the Glock 45. Now, the Glock 45 with the Radian Arms RamJet Afterburner has the same length in terms of its slide now as the Glock 17. So you'll see, let's see if we can back up a little bit, and you can see it's basically the same size in terms of the overall slide length because of the compensator and the barrel and the design of that, the way in which the compensator attaches at the end. What I've found in shooting this pistol is it's accurate, or this setup is accurate. I think a lot of that has to do with the barrel and compensator. It's also flat shooting. So for me, I am handicapped. I have a problem with my hand and my left arm. So I'm not able to get that grip that everybody loves, which is this grip, right? Thumbs forward, really coming up aggressively and then squeezing my hands together in a way to mitigate recoil and to try to keep the gun as solid and stable as possible. Addition of the compensator here with this setup, though, really helps me as someone with a handicap be able to get hits on target quickly with good accuracy. And when I'm focused in on just delivering accuracy, not speed, it's as accurate as I can be. So lack of accuracy would be my trigger control or my sight alignment or me just being a human. So I'm super impressed with this. In terms of durability, it's exactly what you'd expect with a polymer frame, high quality polymer frame pistol. Doesn't really matter to me. You could use a Walther, you could use an HK, you can use Smith & Wesson, you could use a Glock, I can go right on down the list, guys. Really what I look for is I look for reliability, and that's something that has proven itself to me over the years with the Glocks. Now, some people don't like the Glocks. They think they are, whatever they think, and that's fine. That's the beauty of living in a country where, at least for a short time longer before the crazies take over, we can own firearms that are different. Some people like Glocks, some people don't. For me, they're all tools. I'm not particularly hung up on make, model, or brand, but I do like this pistol. One of the things that you would note is if you are living in a state that allows you to have standard capacity magazines, standard capacity, 17 round, 19 round, is that I've got, 19 plus 1 potentially in my sidearm. And I like that. If you live in a state that doesn't believe you should have the right to keep and bear arms, and they restrict that right, say that the magic number is 10 rounds, this is still a fine pistol for that. It's a little big. If I only had 10 rounds and I was restricted, or 8 rounds or something, I might choose a different caliber. I might choose a 40 or a 45 or, whatever. But because I've got 19 rounds plus 1, 20 rounds of high quality defensive ammunition. In this case, we have, I believe these are Spear 124 plus P, or perhaps they're the Federal HST 124 plus P. That's what I like for my, EDC type lows. And in this pistol, very accurate. Again, soft shooting. So what I've noticed over the period of time that I've been using it is it's as reliable as any other Glock pistol or any other polymer frame pistol that I own. I do like the fact, and this is to me one of the major advantages for me using Glocks, I really like the fact that I can detail strip this pistol with a simple punch, and I don't have to have a lot of tools, or in my case, a lot of dexterity, because essentially I only have one hand to work that. This is all I need to detail strip my Glock. That tool. That's it. I don't need special doohickeys one way or another, or I don't need, special little, bunch of little screwdrivers or special tools. Now, the only thing you do have to be aware of with the RamJet here is there is a hex screw here that you need to remove if you're pulling the barrel off itself. So, I clean my pistols every 400, 500 rounds or so, something like that. Now, I just went to the range not long ago and fired, 450 rounds through this pistol. I like to load a lot of magazines and then shoot, because I don't like to load magazines, so I load them before I go. So I'm putting a high number of rounds through the pistol without really much rest or cooling off, so it does get warm. But man, it performs. It performs. So some people are not crazy about the Glock because they fail to innovate, which I totally agree. Glock has done very little to innovate. Basically, they came up with this and they've done the exact same thing. Well, okay. There are other pistols that are innovating a little differently. The very fact that Glock finally offered a Glock-approved performance trigger that does help the trigger, in my mind, over their kind of squishy, heavy standard connector. I mean, this is a very, very nice trigger here. Brakes right there, so there's not a lot of over travel. Is it perfect? Nope. Nope. There is no perfect pistol that I've found. They're good pistols, and they're pistols that are reliable and durable and put up with a lot of abuse. But basically, folks, these are tools for me. I'm not wedded to any tool. As long as the tool works and I have proficiency with it, I'm good. If I shoot a pistol and it doesn't work for me, I will probably sell that pistol or trade that pistol in for something that does. Doesn't mean that someone else shooting the pistol that didn't fit my hands, like the SIG X5, you know, just didn't work in my hands. Beautiful pistol, nice polymer frame. I mean, good trigger, like all that stuff, but it didn't work in my hands. Does that mean that SIGs aren't good pistol? No, absolutely not. I carry a P365XL almost every day. But that particular X5 and some of the other large frame SIG pistols, they don't fit me. They just don't fit me. Doesn't mean they're bad, just means they don't fit me. So if you are looking and you want to say, I kind of like the full-size frame, which you get with the Glock 45, but I want a barrel or I want a slide length that's like the Glock 19, well, this is it. Now, I've modified that, obviously, so now I've got essentially a full-size frame on there because of the compensator at the end here. But boy, guys, this works. This really works for me. So, 4,000 rounds through it, 3,000, 4,000, I don't even know what I am, somewhere in that range. I've just kind of been roughly counting if I go and I have a range trip and I do, 400 rounds, 350, 400 rounds. Well, I've done that multiple times throughout the year, so it's probably 4,000 rounds. I don't know exactly, but the durability is definitely there. The performance is definitely there. The reliability is there. The accuracy is there, and I'm super happy with it. So let me know what your thoughts are. For those of you who've tried the Glock 45, what do you think? What do you like? What don't you like? If you're not using the Glock 45, but you're using another Glock pistol, I'd also love to hear why you have that. I have a few Glock 19s that I like. And again, my old favorite, my old standby, this beautiful old pistol that's had tens of thousands of rounds through it. I've shot it a lot, and it works, and it keeps going bang. So at the end of the day, it goes bang reliably, and you trained enough with the pistol, whatever brand or make, good on you. Well, folks, that's all I got today. I really appreciate you watching, and again, if you could help us out by referring other folks to the channel or inviting them to subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching. Finally, and as always, stay safe. Okay, 10. $15. Tend to go right at this point. I can slow down here. Okay, 15. I guess that's not right. Oh, here we go. This is 25. 25. So you can really see my accuracy drops at 25. Let's get back to 35. Okay, here we go at 35.